We are in the heart of fall and you are still not ready to put on foundation again. That's okay, I got you. Our Resting Rich Face bundle has been super popular, but I have a little secret. Since I have been doing so well with my skincare and keeping up with my extreme exfoliation, I don't feel like I need foundation, and I've been playing with the Resting Rich Face bundle and adding a little bit to it. So we have a new bundle called the Fall Resting Rich Face bundle. I know, we're bundled crazy over here. And I'm going to show you what it involves. It's actually going to include our Siren brush and both of our blushes. So let's get started. I'm really excited to show you this. Our original Resting Rich Face bundle includes our dark concealer that we use as a liquid bronzer, our under eye brightener that we call Quick Fix, our Ugly Duckling blush, and our original Protractor lip gloss. But we are adding to that the Siren brush, Alibi, our fall lip liner, and our fall blush, because double blush is just kind of my favorite thing in the world. So let's do these original pieces, or get started on this anyway, and I'll show you how we work in the new upgraded Resting Rich Face bundle. I'll start off with our dark concealer. I'm going to wipe off the tip because this stuff is very strong and you want to be able to control the amount that you use. So I'm just doing little small dots in my regular pattern, a couple on my nose, and we will blend that out with the Siren brush, keeping it nice and high. And we'll do the forehead and give ourselves a little bit of color because it's starting to fade now that the weather is cooling off. I mean, it hasn't really cooled off down here in Texas just yet, but we are still lighting the candles and buying the candy and carving the pumpkins. So we're doing all the things to bring it to fruition. But it probably will be late October, early November before we get a real cold snap. So now I'm just going to take this brush and kind of rub it all over my face to just sort of smear that color around, but it'll stay in the places where I originally put it for the most part. And now I'm going to add a little bit of Quick Fix. And this is going to brighten underneath the eyes without giving us a whole lot of actual coverage. It just looks really, really clean, and it's kind of transparent. You can sort of see your skin through it. It is very hydrating for under the eyes. It has argan oil, jojoba oil, shea butter, green tea, raspberry seed oil. It is basically a salad for your face. Now I actually have been going in and adding a little bit of Alibi. People have asked, can you use Quick Fix and Alibi together? And honestly, this is the first time that I've really used them together, but I like to give myself just a little bit more coverage right here on the lower part of the cheek and just tap that out. This is kind of, I feel like, replacing foundation for me. If I've got some redness anywhere else, I've got a little bit peeking through on my forehead right there, I can just dot a little bit of the Alibi because it has a little bit more pigment in it and is a better concealer. So I find that just using the Quick Fix underneath my eyes and keeping them nice and transparent so it doesn't really look like there's makeup under there, and then using the Alibi to just touch up a few little places on my face means that I have been getting away without wearing foundation and really liking it. So I'm not going to set with powder. I have not been setting with powder, and I've been totally fine with it. I like the dewy look instead of the matte look sometimes. And let's get into the double blush. So this is our fall blush. I'm going to put 2 little circles of that here, and I'm going to use my finger just to blend that out in little oval shapes with very light pressure. Just the friction is all that it takes to blend that in. And we're just going to get that blended out and then go right on top of that with just a little bit of our Ugly Duckling blush, just to give it a little bit of dimension and then brighten up the top part of the blush. So the high point of the cheekbone is going to get the bulk of the Ugly Duckling color, which is just a little bit brighter. Well, not really brighter, it's just a little lighter and more pale. So the duplication of blush right there just adds a level of finesse and layering that makes it look super polished. So now let's go in and do the lip liner. This is our fall lip liner. I do have some bruising from some recent injections, so I've covered those with our nude liner. So I'm just gonna add the fall liner right on top of that. But this is basically the way that my lips should look if I wasn't so bruised. You can still see a little bit peeking through because I just did my skincare and it knocked off a little bit of the liner that I used earlier. So I'm just going to go over my lips with a little bit of this fall color. And then we're going to use those blushes on the eyes as well. But let's get the lips finished out. We're going to take the original Protractor lip gloss, which is part of the original Resting Rich Face bundle. And we're going to go right on the edge of the lip liner and then fill in the fatty parts. You want a very thin layer of this. It's going to last so much longer, and it'll last even longer than that if you put it on with a lip brush, but I'm just not going to do that right now. That lip color and cheek color is so pretty. Let's get it on the eyes. So we have a trio of color that's going to make the face look super cohesive. I'm going to take the fall blush and just pop that right onto my lid and into the crease, and then move that product upward, upward, upward slowly until we get to the brow, and just give our lids a little bit of that apple cider gorgeous color from our fall blush. Work it into the crease, and then you're back and forth, and moving up millimeter by millimeter until the brush is touching your brows. And there we go with whatever's left over in the brush. I'm just going to take and smudge it down below my eyes. There should be very little left. So even though this brush is kind of big for under the eyes, there's so little product left in it that it really isn't risky at all to do that. And you can see how much more dynamic my whites of my eyes to my iris is. Now we'll take the Ugly Duckling blush and just pop a little bit of that pink color right in on the center, or I guess I should say the inside corner, just to give a little pink kiss right there. This is an often under treated area of the eyes, this inside corner right here to the nose, and it can really give your eyes a lot more real estate. You just need to know what to do with it, and this is what to do with it. I failed to mention it earlier, but our brow pencil is also going to be part of the Resting Rich Face fall version. I'm going to use a little bit of brow gel. This is the brand that I recommend, and I'm just going to give it a squeeze and push that into my brows and pop them up, and I'll do both of these. All right, brows are laminated, so we're going to take our brow pencil, and I'm just going to very lightly make that starting line at the base of my brows, and then go back in and make my hair strokes. So gentle. The eyelash adhesive, or the glue, the gel, whatever you want to call it. I think they call it glue, but it's a brow gel. It really does a good job of diffusing the pencil so that it doesn't look too dark on my very light pale brows. So if you have pale brows, you're probably going to be okay as long as you can use a really light hand and not go in too heavy-handed with the brow pencil. And then we're also going to use this brow pencil for a little bit of tight lining. And then I'm thinking we might also include the mascara in this bundle. We've never included mascara in a bundle before because the mascara isn't really our brand, but I feel like it makes this look really complete. So as of the filming of this video, we haven't created the bundle yet and submitted it. So I'm still contemplating whether or not we're going to include the mascara. So this little bit of tight lining is going to give my eyes just a little bit more definition, and now we will add mascara. Okay, there is the completed look. I added mascara to the top and a little bit to the bottom, but this is the fall Resting Rich Face, and this is what I've been wearing for like, I don't know, the last 2 weeks when I'm not filming or when I'm not doing another makeup look. This has been my go-to. Absolutely love it. But some keys to this are that I am very well exfoliated using the Science of Pretty triple exfoliation and the 5-step skincare system. The fall Resting Rich Face bundle is right here in my TikTok shop.